Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here a wee bit late. Terribly sorry about that, guys. I must have caught every red light mankind has ever created on the way to the studio today, but we finally made it. We are here and we are hurtling towards the Sorare Gameweek deadline, and it is really the return of European football this weekend. Not last weekend with Belgium and whatever, but this weekend we've got Scotland is back in action. Before we get all the big leagues back, we'll talk about them as they come on. But we're here for the deadline show, of course. I am Quinny, and I'm joined as ever by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Harry, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. Yeah, no, buzzing. This is, like you said, we did have a couple of leagues come back last week, didn't we? But this is, it's the return of Celtic, mate. It's return of your bread and butter. So it's got to be big, right?
I hope so, mate. Sadly, but I've got this problem that I think I've always had as a Celtic collector. Is I don't have a goalkeeper. I don't have enough Celtic goalkeepers, you know. It's always been my kind of problem in one way, shape or form because, hey, there's just been better options out there. And it does come to bite you on the bum when, I'm sharing my own messages, sorry. When, you know, you after the fixture correlation that brings you, you know, and I'm a wee bit at the mercy of that this game week. But otherwise, yeah, pumped up and ready to go. I've got Dyson Maeda's coming out my ears. I've got Kyogo Furahashi's everywhere. I've got more Carter Vickerses than I care to think about, and they're everywhere. And it's just going to be magic. So yeah, I'm buzzing for it. There's tons of yous, nice and here and live and early by my standards, certainly here for us today. So thanks very much. If you're watching this anywhere across social media, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff, please do make sure to hit the like button on arrival, get comfy, and if you do come across any breaking news yourself about availability and all the rest of it, feel free to drop it in the live chat. And yeah, we are on Twitter. That was something I wanted to check, but it's a different little kind of thing, so that's fine, that's fun. But yeah, we are on Twitter. I didn't see it last week, so just had to check that, sorry. But yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're also here on my channel, which is all great. At Harry Trades YT is where you'll find him all across the internet as well. And the direct link to his YouTube channel and all his other social media is in the description of this video, guys. But make sure at any point you do like the video because, as you know, Sorare own and control the internet. They even control football clubs to release merchandise ahead of schedule, you know, with early access and all that fun stuff. And they love the content here. So if they see you coming here and not hitting that like button, they don't take too kindly to that. We're all at the mercy of RNG from Sorare these days with Essence, with boxes, and with cards. So don't test our patience. Just hit the like button. Get yourself some better luck. Get us some better luck as well as we roll into the weekend, Harry boy. And yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big one. SPFL special weekly as well. Lots of things going on. I felt a bit of pressure to get in on this. Now I didn't have any designs about getting any in-season cards, particularly Celtic ones, because I've been buying all my classics and getting all them at 4% or greater, which has been fine and no problem at all. But I thought I will wait for that post-early season dip, whatever that looks like and whenever it happens, and see what I can do. But the prices haven't been that bad overall. And when I seen the double special weekly that's coming out for Scotland, it's like its own isolated in-season tournament. It was a wee bit lax on the rules as well. We didn't need 4 cards, you only needed 3. I thought, I've got to. When are they going to do this again for the SPFL? Probably not for the rest of the season. So I just felt like, you know, there's 2 weeks here. I've got to have a dice roll in at both of these. And I managed to get a couple of cards, a plan A and a plan B. And it looks like I'm going with the plan B ahead of this one. But yeah, Celtic top of the food chain again this game week. It feels like the Celtic show sat already in this one. I don't think that's the way the stream will continue, guys, so don't worry. But we are top of the tree there, which is great to see. Huge win percentage. The clean sheet, this is something, by the way, you are all going to have to get used to with Celtic this year, is we are clean sheet capable, I think, with big Casper and goals. So all these defence stacks that never really got teams over the top, or the goalkeeper that used to be the Achilles heel of, you know, the big monster scoring weeks, I think that's a thing of the past. I think Celtic are going to be joining some of the power stacks that we've seen over the years for this coming season anyway, 24-25. So good to see I was right up at the top. But the top 5 is very contendery, all the same, isn't it? Yeah, more than that, actually. 1, 2, what's that? Top 8.
Yeah.
Down to split are all contender, I think. But obviously, yeah, we don't have many, you know, cards from Sporting Cristal, or I mean the rest of the teams we actually do, to be fair. Zenit heavily minted, even though no new cards. Zagreb heavily minted new cards. Universitario, I think we have cards for, but I don't think it's, an incredible array. But yeah, I just remember doing the deadline stream late on Wednesday, and it was Contenderville. Very, very obviously, there's more leagues coming back there, right? So there's obviously going to be way more matchups that fly out of there, and subsequently good ones pop up. You got Salzburg down there as well, which we'll get into them all. But yeah, it's very heavy contender, which is expected, but at the same time, yeah, it's going to be competitive for sure. The question is how many cards get pulled out of, how many SPFL cards, get pulled out of contender into the special weekly, right? Like, does every Matt O'Reilly live in the special weekly this weekend, or does it live elsewhere? Under 23s probably as well, if you don't have the SPFL special. Of course. So yeah, it's interesting. Contender will be tough, but it would be even tougher if the SPFL special weekly wasn't on, right? Because all those cards flood back in, and it just becomes way tougher.
Just got to be shouting saying I'm about 8 times louder than you, Harry. So it's maybe just my excitement levels for this game week. But yeah, apologies if you're having to dice up and down on the old audio levels. But yeah, that's an interesting part. I never really thought about the game week itself, is where are the players going to be played. Normally it's something I do think about quite considerably when trying to pick between All-Star and cap modes and this and that and the other thing. But that kind of, I don't know, it feels like that element is something that I've had to think about less, because it is just it's like region only, essentially, is the way the game's moving. So also under 23 does come into that, and then the SPFL special weekly. So for those Celtic cards, it's a bit of a different situation than usual. So many places to be able to play them. So yeah, that will be interesting to see where they pop up. Under 23 is probably going to be the lowest Matt O'Reilly head count, I would guess.
Yeah, it just depends on do you have enough Celtic cards and new ones, and of other teams as well, of course, in the league. But do you have enough to put out in SPFL special weekly? If you don't, then they're going in contender at the end of the day. So, but some people are going to double bluff and go all in on some people are going to double bluff and go all in on contender, even though they could have played it in SPFL. I reckon people, there'll definitely be a couple for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way on that. USG have got a good game there at home to Beerschot. Salzburg playing a grey badge. I think Salzburg love to see that.
Yeah, newly promoted, I think.
Well, by the way, Boca Juniors are playing something even better than a grey badge. They're playing a non-JPEG, error message, So is that better than a grey badge? I'm not sure, but it feels like it.
Barracas Central. Yeah, I've not really heard of them, to be fair. I know Rosario Central, but...
Yeah. And then we bit of China. Zenit Rostov is quite high, isn't it? But Rostov are normally not that bad, are they?
They're not great. Zenit have looked pretty good last couple of games, since the season started. So yeah, at home I can see why they're there. But yeah, Rostov aren't terrible. But I'd assume Zenit probably walk all over them. The midgets are up there as well, to be fair. HG's team, and Romelu. Spartak, I don't really know why they're that high, to be honest. Maybe Kryler are very bad, but Copenhagen, yeah, there's quite a few nice home fixtures. Yeah, we've still got Leagues Cup for our sins, unfortunately. Did you see my Acosta pain?
No, I think the last tweet I remember seeing from you was that I seen a post of Acosta. Did they not play? Is that what it was?
No, I think he wasn't even in the squad.
Yeah, I seen the post of your team and everything, but I think it must have been quite late at night for me, and I was half conscious. So I definitely seen Acosta in a picture of the lineup, and you said you should have picked somebody else. I was half conscious.
Yeah, he just wasn't in the squad at all. So yeah, it was a sore one. But we moved Club Brugge away to Standard Liège, pretty high up considering it's an away fixture, of course. Yeah, the team that we shall not mention. They
should probably be a little bit higher. Hearts normally give them quite an easy day at the office, typically, But first game of the season, and it's at Tynecastle, maybe that's not the way of it. But when I see that, obviously I'm biased, but, that's just what I think straight away.
Shall I split it up into contenders for a bit, just to see what we've actually got?
Yeah, sure.
Contender-wise.
Have a wee peek.
Yeah.
Well, Challengers is maybe the first one to go to because of the Leagues Cup as well, because it is that's kind of wide open, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Belgium again and Brazil. It's the same as last week because Leagues Cup obviously doesn't fall into it. This is lagging out a little bit, but here we go. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. To be fair, sorry, I I forgot about the Denmark as well. So you got Denmark, Belgium, and Brazil, basically. Yeah, of course, we don't really have any in-season cards from Brazil, so basically just Midtjylland in season, and then the Belgian boys as well. Like USG didn't look very good last weekend, and they played Dender last week, which was another newly promoted side. So, okay, they were away, I think, but regardless, they've got Beerschot, this week. Ghent played yesterday, but they rotated quite nicely, so it looks like their team might be relatively easy to pick, as far as the smashers go, if there is any. Midtjylland played yesterday as well, so all the European games, or midweek European games, sorry, are coming into question with the top four actually there. Cercle Bruges. What happened with Kilmarnock yesterday? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but somebody missed a pen, and I don't know who. I think Cercle Bruges actually went through against Kilmarnock. I remember seeing something. Yeah, Charlie says they should rotate, and they just got beat 3-0 against Westerlo. Exactly that. I don't know. I think Belgium, Belgium challenger, sorry, is probably as wide open as it gets, honestly. Yeah, unless Laird sweeps up with his midgets.
I was going to make a prediction about Midtjylland Aalborg, right? Because Aalborg obviously a newly promoted side, and that's, I think, a part of the fixture waiting here. I can't remember how they did in the first game, right? But I've got a card that plays for Aalborg, and I've got a feeling he might bust a bit of clean sheets just for a wee bit of Sorare, like Sod's Law kind of stuff,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Like those Danish games just have goals in them right now. Like both sides quite comfortably a lot of the time. So, I definitely wouldn't put it past him or them to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Very, very much wide open.
So yeah, if you are a Midtjylland player, be scared. Be scared. Big Andre Jason is going to get you.
12.5%, baby.
He's going to get you. He's coming for that clean sheet. Anderlecht Antwerp, decent game on paper, I suppose. International Palmeiras catches my eye as well. I think there's cards in amongst those squads. St. Truden. Yeah, it's quite open, isn't it? So, like, I think that, I did quite a bad job of doing this, bringing this point up when we did the Wednesday night stream with all with the many talking heads that we had. But like, see, like in this situation, like stacking a team is probably like just a fool's errand in a lot of ways, like because there's probably not that many like 4-player clutches across any of these teams that will rip a 70 plus.
I mean, yeah, if anyone is going to be Ghent, it's going to be like the defensive Ghent stack, probably Sven Coombs. They don't have a forward, which sort of hamstrings them a little bit, but yeah, I'd say Ghent would have to be up there as far as like, old school stacks go and, just supply of cards that we kind of have of them. Yeah, I'm not seeing any like, mid forward stacks like that come to my head quite quickly that are like on paper going to absolutely rip it. I mean, maybe USG, but I think they have a couple of new forwards, and yeah, I don't really know that the ins and outs of them all, but someone's going to rip. It's just quite hard to really guess who that's going to be. Honestly, looking at this list. Yeah,
I think it's wide open, and I think like when I see like Brøndby, and also I've got that Jason. I think like the best teams this weekend is like the individual pieces. Like I don't know if Was is actually fit. I've not got him in my gallery anymore. I know he got injured at the back end of last season, maybe or something. But I think like a clutch of those guys is the route to go for this one. It's just what I think when I see it.
Yeah, no, probably is, to be fair. I think to be honestly on that point, just because I still have Yuito, he was sick midweek. Was is injured, so they're actually not bare bones, but their main boys are a bit questionable actually for this weekend. So yeah, maybe that one doesn't look as good as it probably does on paper. But yeah, if you are picking like the ones of each team, it like for Brøndby, for example, they don't have any in-season cards, so like. In-season probably looks a lot different to Classic, as it will in every competition, because like Brazil don't have any in-season cards. Obviously, Midtjylland do, but the rest of Denmark don't. So, yeah, in-season is going to basically be Belgium with the odd extra player from another team, whether that's a Madsen maybe, or whoever it is, a Brazilian smasher, if there is any. Toby's mentioned Simsia. Simsia could be the best shout, I would say, but he might flood into under 23 because he's an option there as well. I'm not expecting massive scores this weekend outside of if Ghent smash, but like I said, they have no forward, so it's going to be Ghent plus a random forward at the end of the day, which is possible, obviously, but there's just not enough teams to really smash. We've got what's that, Quinny? 5 teams in the green as far as win percentage, and the lowest is 60. You can't really expect too much dark green scores across the board. Whereas in contenders, it's going to be a different story because there's 5x the amount of leagues actually starting.
Of course. I'm just thought it's probably a good wee point to maybe run through Belgian starting lineup predictions just as we're saying this. So I'm just going to swap the screen, and we can just kind of click through them because we've kind of looked at the fixtures overall, and this just kind of helps kind of illustrate the point, I suppose, for some of it. But I don't think there's many teams that you look at, like you say, do have that full spine of a team to run out. Goalkeepers this week as well is going to be an absolute dice roll in this region.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there could be some rotations potentially. I know Dan Schmidt started for Ghent midweek, and then Roof kind of didn't. So yeah, he probably comes back in, but you just never know. He looked good first game, Luka.
Yeah.
Fiskovic, yeah. He's 16, isn't he? He's stupidly young.
He's the guy that signed for somebody, didn't he? Was it Tottenham?
Yeah, Tottenham lad.
Nice. Good to see.
We've got Toblason against his old employers, Genk.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's got that. Ooh, I didn't realise that. Because that Penders is obviously signed for Chelsea, right? The goalkeeper. And they don't know whether he's in London or whatever. And I've actually got a Henrik van Kronberg in-season card right now. And I saw on one of the other prediction sites, I'm pretty sure I saw 90% Penders still. So, maybe there's a little sneaky... he's confirmed to start, Bean says. Right, okay. So that's old news, basically. As in, Van Kronberg being 50-50.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
False alarm. That's fine.
Yeah, false alarm.
St. Trudent, Charleroi.
They've been rinsed of all their good players, I think, over this window for sure.
Yeah, not too much going on in that game, is there?
Really nice centre-back pair in there, by the way, on Charleroi, both under 23. Keita, they signed him from Ligue 2, and Stelios Andreu, who's been there for a few years, but he's a tidy centre-half.
Yeah, he was a good rookie when he first came on.
Yeah, lovely card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The honeycomb card, I think it was, maybe.
First rookie kind of batch we got. It was everyone went looking for the rookies, and he was always one of the top defender rookies that came up.
100%.
That was a great year. We had Lukeba rookie that year as well. That was a good one.
Yeah, honeycomb Lukeba. Yeah, there was. Yeah.
This is Antwerp team. Looks pretty handy, by the way.
It does. Yeah, they were quite. I think they win the first game 2-0 maybe. I can't remember who they played, but there was not many great scores. I think Toby Alderweireld was the exception. I think he scored 100 actually. But it's going to be Vertonghen versus Alderweireld.
Yeah.
That's fun
of course. That is fun. I never really noticed that. I just seen Yari there. My eyes lit up.
Yari. To be fair, he started last game. He didn't really do too much, but I think they played St. Trudent last game. That Giancarlo Simic looks to be starting this weekend. First game for him if he plays.
We're talking about his signing last week, if memory serves. That front four looks really exciting. I think Dreyer, Dahlberg, Stroikens, and for Sharon. If we can keep that fit, because last week we seen Tio Leone was centre back. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now Simic is in. He's been moved back to midfield.
Yeah, it looks more of a stable team there. Circle obviously last night played against Kilmarnock. Go on.
How did they finish?
I think they won, but I know someone said in the chat then Denki actually missed a penalty. But I'm sure they won. I'm sure they went through. They might not have won the game, but I tell it like that. Thibaut Sommers scored as well. So I think they won 1-0. Could have won 2-0 if Denki scored. But I don't think he did.
Last I seen it was 1-0 with a Denki penalty miss. That was the last thing I seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know how it finished, guys. I forgot to double check. I'll go and check up on it. But yeah, they'll be feeling good, obviously qualifying for the next round. But they have played, like some serious football. And I know from being a Celtic fan over the years, like it's kind of a good thing, especially like you wouldn't be surprised if they conceded a goal or something like that, or they weren't that great, perhaps. Just because this team's went weekend to weekend. Nacho Ferry up front, Kaneko in midfield. This is a somewhat interesting little Kortrijk team, isn't it? Takamine.
Yeah, bit of a new look team. Kadri's potentially leaving, it looks like, still, so big miss if he does go. But yeah, it looked like they've bought pretty well and maybe replaced him in some capacity.
Yeah. Liège and Bruges we've got on screen here. Aidan O'Neill and Isaac Price in midfield. I seen Isaac Price with a big link. Was it to Bruges itself, or
no? I think it was West Brom.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, one of their midfielders got linked to West Brom, like 2 million or something. I think I could be wrong though. I could definitely
that back three. Satara, Bates. I don't know that guy, but under 23 keeper as well, I guess, in the polo.
Yeah, they just played Genk last game, drew 0-0. Satara scored like 100. Bates scored like a 77. They scored really well. Obviously, pretty busy with Genk, trying to score and whatever. But yeah, scored really well. And Polo did get he got a clean sheet.
Newcastle signing Mark Guy.
Ooh, that opens things up quite nicely.
That's a mad transfer, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
Palace must be getting a lot of bank on the old PSR for that one.
Yeah. I was just thinking then, Gahey, Botman. Oh, but then you got Shah as well.
Botman's like broken.
Is he? Yeah. Broken Botman.
Aye. Yeah, I think he can play, like everyone nowadays wants a left and a righty. Like, fine.
Right, yeah.
Defences for as long as time has went on, there's been like 2 right-footed centre-backs or whatever, it's not the end of the world if you've not got that symmetry, it's not the end of things, so he could play with Botman, in theory. I wouldn't rule it out, but
and Burns a left back now, lad.
I know. That's what you missed.
And Burns fully fledged left back now.
And in the last Belgium game here, we've got Ghent, which was the top. No, it was Genk. Who was top?
Ghent? Yeah, Ghent, you're right. Yeah.
It was Ghent.
Well. Yeah.
Home at Dender. And again, I remember looking at this team last weekend thinking it looked pretty handy. And again, looking at it, like, I don't really know the front three, but behind it, everyone looks pretty nailed on, doesn't it? Pretty solid.
Yeah. Coombs got rested yesterday. So, yeah, they went through in 3-0, I think, whoever they played. On aggregate, it was like 7-1 or something, I think. But, yeah, Roof was rotated out as well. So you'd like to think he comes back in, as does Coombs. And, yeah, like you said, the bottom sort of spine definitely is serviceable, in SO5. But, yeah, it's just the front three. Like, they just literally don't have a forward right now that you can buy. Which is a big miss if you're looking to stack, obviously.
That's a good back four. You're right. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Do we have Superliga? Is that the Danish land? It is. So this is Midgetland. I'm just going to scroll through these again similarly, but we'll only touch on the ones that we've featured. We're not going through the whole league. Olafsson in goal, Books it up front.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah.
They played yesterday as well, but they heavily rotated yesterday.
Jordan Larsson 55%, Magnus Mattsson 55%, Chips, Cheese and Pussy, El Yunusi up at 80%. Burger Mealing in at left back. Nathan Trott.
Go on.
Who's this Nathan Trott character?
He's their starting keeper from West Ham.
We've got cards?
Yeah, he has a cup. Well, yeah, he does. He does.
He does indeed. Yeah, none on sale, right enough. But wow, oh my god, what a throwback this guy is.
Yeah, he's old, 18, 19.
Only 3 of them as well.
Mad that.
This is like a pure awkward picture, isn't it, for a meme? Like you show up to play fives and they hand you the goalie gloves or something.
That's why they only had 3 out of him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, 9. Sorry. Oh, is that 9? How is that
1 month, 7 months. 2 have changed hands recently enough.
It says 9 res. How does that work?
So maybe some of them have went off-site.
Yeah.
If they went into open sea, maybe.
Went into the abyss.
By the way, imagine you found this guy on OpenSea for $5. Would you buy it?
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
I'll try and get that up on the side throughout the show at some point. Or someday, if you can go and check OpenSea for us for Nathan's Rot, go for it. That would be good crack. But yeah, that's a throwback. Didn't know that at all. So that's a fun one. If you're one of those 2 people or 3 people, Berglow still plays, I'm sure. Bromby, you mentioned Suzuki and Was. They're both at 50-50, so maybe not worth the risk in a priority lineup. You can build the whole backline here, but
yeah, you can definitely build the backline for sure with quite a bit of confidence, I think.
Yeah. Let's just see. AAB, sorry. No lineup. And then we have Brazil as well in that one, but I'm not too sure what Brazilian teams are maybe worth the peak.
Could just scan over all of them really, really quickly because there's not that many cards of.
Botafogo have got a few. I'm just trying to think about ones that I know have maybe got a few cards.
My Vasco boys.
Vasco, yep. Coutinho's in.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not as confident as that because he got dragged at halftime last game. He hasn't been good so far.
He's at home, but that's a big thing, isn't it, in Brazil?
It is, yeah. They're probably gonna play him for nostalgia's sake.
Get their money's worth out.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Oh, Arezzo.
Yeah, Sam Ty's boy, I think he is. Ex-Granada.
Yeah. Corinthians. I think I've seen them quite high up.
Yeah.
Oh, Ramelow. Have we seen Ramelow play in Brazil? Has he been good? I was hoping he'd be brilliant.
He gave away a penalty last game, so.
Okay.
But then the game before that, he did score like 50 AA, so. He definitely has it in him, but like he has scored two really good scores, but I hate him. I think he's absolutely shocking as a footballer. Shocking.
But he's a proper Brazilian centre back,
Yeah, he's big, powerful. Like he can put it about. Like I see how he wins duels and stuff, but yeah, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, he's definitely not elegant or anything. But I've always had a wee soft spot for like how much he just gets into the box and stuff like that. Because like I only really know him. I've never really had him on Sorare or even paid attention to him, but I know him from like 10 years ago or whatever. And I used to do like in-play betting. Like when he was at Salzburg, with like Sabitzer and some guys like that, like ages ago.
Yeah.
And like, what was the guy who used to score all the goals up front? Like Soriano. I think he went to China. You've probably never heard of him, but he scored like 40 goals a season for Salzburg when they first were like getting together, Yeah. And Ramelow was like a defender. You can go check his stats. I don't know how many goals he got, but he could get like a goal, if you were watching a match or something like it. It was like very goal capable. So I've always had a wee soft spot for him in that way. But yeah, I wouldn't say he could have played at a higher level or anything. I don't think that's the case, but he's always been. It's true. Bernabe's in the team. Love that. Wee defender for me. Yeah. And they're playing Palmeiras. Very well carded team. Felipe Anderson, Harry boy.
He's been shocking so far, I'll be honest. He hasn't been good. He's been playing, but just not really getting the scores out of him yet. But Lucas
Moura for Sao Paulo. Luis Gustavo in the engine room. That's not bad, isn't it? Alan Franco, Rafael. That's a nice wee spine, isn't it? I don't know how Maura's doing back there, but again, I would expect.
I think he's done okay, yeah. I think he's chipped in.
And the Flamengo team's no bad either.
Yeah, De La Cruz, Aturion, David Luiz.
Yeah, even with not got the cards, but Pulgar and Dariska Keita, whatever you call him, they're both pretty. Yeah, that Pulgar, like he was good in Europe,
He's good for Fiorentina, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a good wee FI guy.
Yeah, he was a big FI guy, wasn't he? Barriel's doing pretty well for Cruzeiro, sorry.
Really glad he's not playing left back in Brazil. Like, really glad that wasn't the plan for him because he was always good in MLS, but like since it was left wing, like artillery, attacking fullback kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in Brazil, I just didn't see that going well. So I'm glad he's playing left wing. That's really good.
Yeah, he's been producing. To be fair, he's been doing really well.
And then Kyle Georgie, kind of failed wonder kid from Juve. He's got some cards. He's back over there doing that.
Yeah.
Fortaleza
gifted some memberships, Quinny.
Oh wow, yeah, Baffy. Thank you very much, my man. Fist bump, 20 memberships. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah, GG's to you. thanks very much. And thanks to everyone that's picking them up. And yeah, look forward to getting stuck into some members action. Thanks very much, mate. Totally caught back there. But thank you. And I think that's all for Brazil, isn't it? Yeah, Cruzeiro, Florenzi. So, Harry boy, contenders. Oh, yeah, it's back to the way I looked at the beginning of the show. So we've got Celtic, Universitario. There's not that much Scottish up here, is there? I think Scotland feels a lot like Belgium this week in terms of, like how open it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just, I mean, obviously you guys or Rangers, right? Really, and they're away, so yeah, it's definitely Croatia, Russia, Colombia up there as well. But beyond Rangers, we're into like the 50%ers, which is still decently favoured, but it's not really what you want. Motherwell at home to Ross County, not bad.
Yeah,
but nothing crazy that you'd probably have to worry too much about. Lots of Bundesliga too. Well, obviously that's back. So, yeah. What's that? Back-to-back podiums. First one, third with Federer in first place. Wow, on fire, Baffy.
On fire, my man. Thank you very much for the generosity, and great to hear you're in good form and maybe that's you celebrating. So thanks very much, my man. Really appreciate it. Under 23 super rare. Love that. That's Harry's wheelhouse.
It is, yeah. I'm going to try and make it my wheelhouse for sure, but it's going to be tough. Oh, yeah, Salzburg as well. Like Mikey says there. I said Mompy then because Mikey is Mompy. Just shortened the name there, yeah. Call you Mompy from now on, Mike.
Gerta Firth should be up here.
Riker at home. Chinese league teams is what you got to worry about, really, haven't you, in Classic?
I think Teixeira is suspended for this game.
Is he?
Yeah, so he got 4 yellow cards, and on Sorare data, he's like 100% not playing, like on the predicted lineup thing. Last I checked it. So I went and did a little bit of base level detective work where I've tried to find someone else on 4 yellow cards and then missing a game on suspension just by going through the squad. It took a while. Eventually, I found somebody that looked like they got 4 yellows and suspended. So if anyone has to share, feel free to correct me or double check. But I'm not playing mine this week. Romulo for 100. Like a Pompey's buzzing. And Woolies have the weekend off too. So no game for their team, maybe.
No, he is playing. I think Tobias is just in noddy land. Yeah, he's in there somewhere. I think they're away though. I could be wrong. Oh no, it's this team, isn't it? Shanghai. I'm sure he plays for them. Let's have a look. Yeah, he does.
So they're playing.
So, yeah, it's basically China. Little bit of Austria, bit of Russia, and then obviously your mob at the top.
Let's hit with Russia, right? Because we had a chat comment earlier that I wanted to bring up, but I thought we'll just leave it till we get to the teams. But it says, can you play a Barco Bongonda play this weekend? And by the way, like that Spartak squad looks pretty good, doesn't it, man?
Yeah, it's like a Sorare All-Star squad, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe not the defense.
Maybe not
but
the
goalkeeper,
defense,
midfield attack, all the way.
Like even Zobnin still around, and adding Barco in there. I think Barco scored really well in the first game. I think Led showed me that midweek. Badonga. I think he missed a pen but got an assist or something, so he's looking lively and busy. Yeah, Ugalde up front. Medina is a front four, isn't it?
Funky cold Medina, still killing it.
Still doing his thing, isn't he? Barco is incredible, apparently.
Oh yes, love that. By the way, do you know? I was thinking when I was looking. I've got like a Barco shirt for every team he's played for since I've had his cards. I've not got any cards anymore. I was thinking, maybe I get a Spartak shirt. Who knows? But then I don't know if I can acquire things from Russia safely. So maybe I don't bother with that. I was
going to say you can ask Sorare, but they don't have the license. So
yeah. Anyone else to have a peek at? Here's Zenit, of course. Let's have a look at them. This is how they look to line up against Rostov. Again, pretty tidy, strong. Isn't it?
Klashenikov looking ridiculous, taking set pieces and all sorts.
Not getting cards for that guy is like a big faux pas from Sorare. He signed, I think, just as like the last batch of cards were out. It was like, I can't wait for Claudinho cards, and then it was like
never came.
War.
Yeah. That was a killer. That was a big killer because he was. I mean, he's always kind of smashed, but at the time he was like on fire, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wendell looks to be maybe staying. I think Douglas Santos signed a new deal, so yeah, the main boys are still kicking.
Here's Dynamo Moscow. They are playing Akron, which is funny. I heard Laird saying that's a place in America as well, which is funny. Diego Laxalt in the engine room. Oh, sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? Tavukin in attack and Fomin, Gladyshev. They're all right as well. Eli Dassett is playing two positions, which is fun for him. He'll be playing right back and left back for Dynamo. The new N'Golo Kante of fullbacks.
Potentially.
And then we've got Seska, who look to line up like this. Akinfeev and Deviv, the defensive stack that is old as time itself.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Big Koita.
Oh, Koita, yeah. Forgot he signed there.
Oblyakov.
Funky team.
Do we look at Ruben? They've not really got it. They've been picked apart, haven't they? They used to have Cravadonna and a few other handy players, but yeah, they've got nobody there, do they? Really?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so they're dust now, it looks like. Krasnodar, post Safanov, anything interesting here? Sperstian, John Cordoba, that's not bad.
Yeah, there's still rumours of Sperstian leaving, to be fair. Cordoba's class. I love watching him during the Copa. He deserves a move as well. Both of them do, to be fair. They're both really good.
Ajax were linked to him right at the beginning of the window, weren't they?
Ajax were linked for a while. Yeah, was that last? I can't remember, January, but definitely linked again. Spertian around a few other places.
This is Lokomotiv Moscow for anyone that's inclined. Nothing going on here at all, is there?
Not really, no.
And then, yeah, excellent. So we can move away from that. What else do we have? Russia.
We have German 2, Austria.
Germany 2. I'll just click through these and you can have a look at them as they come on. But this is Cologne. I think Hamburg. Big season for me, but it's a tough game. Playing Hamburg, who just missed out on promotion last year. Team doesn't look like it's a weak team, certainly. Mm-hmm. But just see Waldschmidt in attack. I didn't realise he's playing down a level now.
Yeah, he's been struggling, hasn't he? I think last couple of years to really get going.
Hanover, a really big stack team from last year, because they were like 6th in the table. They were nowhere near promotion, but they were clearly a good team in the league all the same. So they're, I think, another kind of favourite stack coming into this season. Wonder Kid Trisoli is on to start. Ron Robert Zieler, former Man United youth product, Wonder Kid, could be the next Oliver Kahn on Football Manager, if anyone remembers.
Leopold as well, that centre Enzo Leopold, whatever his name is. He's supposed to be really, really good.
Nice. They're playing Jan Regensburg.
They must be newly promoted, I think.
Yeah, they're going to get. They're a team that are definitely associated with high scoring matches, I think. Hertha Berlin, who everyone kind of loves to hate and is watching them kind of dwindle. They are at home at Paderborn. This is how they'll line up. They've got Cuisance in midfield, Diego Demi in midfield, John Joe Kenny still there at fullback. And I was a fan of Linus Gector when they were still in the Bundesliga getting relegated. Again, one of those honeycomb rookie cards. So he's not bad. But yeah, Hertha just kind of suffering year on year. Let's see how they do this year. They're playing Paderborn. This is their team. I don't know anyone there. Gotza in defence. Maybe that's a brother or a cousin or something.
Knock off Mario. I think it actually is, you know. I'm pretty sure you got a brother called Felix.
Yeah. That'll be him, no doubt. Karlsruhe Nuremberg on screen for anyone that cares. I don't think I know any of these guys.
Then that other goalie, Max Wiefo, whatever.
Weiss. Look, your mic's bugged out for me. Or maybe it's my headphones.
Yeah. He's under 23. Sorry, I need to take antihistamine.
Oh, fair enough. And then we've got Magdeburg against Elversberg. Brian Teixeira in attack. Baris Atik. There's some players here. Dominic Ryman in goals.
Kept hold of Atik. That's a big one. Not much there.
Schalke at home to Eintracht Braunschweig.
Musa Silla season. Sam Ty's love child moved to Schalke.
Yeah, well, this is a funny formation, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's a proper 3-6-1, isn't it? But like
Man City formation, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's see how they do. They're playing Braunschweig. Now, this is a guy I wanted to buy when he was at Leipzig, and then he went on loan last year. It's just not been, he's not that great. I just fancied getting him, so I thought he was good. But I've also had, again, this is the Honeycomb rookie game week. I've had a Sydney Ray Bigger. You might not even know this card exists. Rookie Leipzig card for like ever. Forever.
Wow.
And he's always been injured and stuff like that. He's had a bit of a terrible time with it. But he maybe finally is a starter. So
wow, that's fun.
He's done all right in preseason as well. I think he's got a decisive or two. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Leonard Grill feels like a Leverkusen card.
Yeah, he is old school Leverkusen, third, second situation, but yeah, it's gone down to Bundes too.
And with a name like Leon Bell, you've got to imagine that guy's on for an SO5 career, isn't he?
So do we think his mum and dad both had the same second name, and they've just gone double barrel? Surely, like that does happen. People do marry, and they both have the same surname, and they create a Bell.
Cannot. Is that maybe how they get around people asking them if they're cousins or not? Just like they're different bells, so they're putting their bells together, and then it's Bell. We're not of the same Bell family. I don't know.
Baby Bell.
This is Baby Bell.
Baby Bell, actually.
Darmstadt's on the screen, and the attack kind of sobers my laughter up a little bit. Wilhelmsen and Hornby, they're both guys that are not bad.
He was in Scotland, wasn't he, Hornby?
Yeah, Scottish. He's a Scottish youth international. He played for Aberdeen, was pretty bad apparently, so it's one of those guys. And then they're playing Dusseldorf with Ale Tanaka firmly in the shop window. Kastenmeier in goals was good last year, I'm sure. Felix Kraus.
Appelkamp, good one.
Appelkamp, yep. So some decent guys there. 2 more games, we'll just click through them quickly. Gerter Firth against Preußen Munster. Julian Green in the engine room.
This is Nahwell Knowles' team. L15-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what's he up against? He's up against some guys we don't know.
The Munsters.
Yeah. The Munster Munchers.
The Monster Munchers.
The last one is Ulm Kaiserslautern. Ulm, one card in their team. Kaiserslautern on screen now. Yeah. Jano Velde, wrong one.
I'm hoping my boy Klein Hansel somehow gets the nod over this Eric Wexler fella because I have his card. Don't think I'm going to risk him though, but
fair play. And then I'm going to put the Rosenborg squad on because I've got a Rosenborg card. I've already looked at it anyway, but there's Rosenborg cards. There's the team. If there's anyone else in Norway you want to see, we'll give it a peek.
So SCT reckons he's set to start, my boy Klein Hansel. Well, that changes things.
Yeah, 80% on SD. Both those keepers have L15-0.
Yeah. I know.
New season, new keeper for some of these teams. Did we have Austria? Yeah, we do have Austria.
So let's have
Salzburg.
Yeah.
There's a Salzburg team. Who's Dagum? Is he good?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a new one on me. Henry Blank. That's a good name for a card, isn't it?
Henry Blank.
Blank and then Bell in the midfield.
Blank and Bell. Kjaersgaard. Gluch isn't back from the Olympics yet, so he's going to miss out. But yeah, this could be Konate. How many goals? What are we saying? 7? 8? Newly promoted?
A newly promoted team feels like cannon fodder for Salzburg, doesn't it? Like, it really should be dangerous. Like, they could be the highest scoring team this week. I don't think that's a bit of a stretch to say at this point. Like, they could bust out 6-0, but nobody would blink,
No, I completely agree.
Lenny Dorgeles could be on for 1 or 2, Konate on a hat-trick, and then insert random.
Kjaersgaard could easily score 100 because he's on the sets.
Triple decisive with assists or something. There you go.
Yeah, easy. Derich a couple as well. Yeah.
Powerhouse. So Grazer, do they have any cards? They've got a couple. Unlucky, those guys. Hartberg are on screen if anyone wants them. I'm going to click through these kind of not kind of quick, but like Hartberg and Lask. I'm not sure how much is going to be going on here. Although Lask, aren't bad in general, but George Bello catches my eye here. Tobias Lawal still in goals. Team's kind of half okay otherwise, isn't it?
Yeah, not terrible.
And then we've got Altak and Wattens. So Altak on screen now. Fadinger still in the midfield there. Guganig still in defence. Some things never change. Wattens, this must be a newly promoted team. No, it's not. It's just a different name on this, but it's Tyrol. Taferner still in midfield. Another Guganig. Maybe that's the Guganig I was thinking of in the first place. And then the Leipzig number 3 keeper that became a number 1, Stekal or Steskal, however you say it.
Yeah.
He's kept his job for another year. Wolfsburg. Tommy Sabitzer in attack. Nothing else really jumps out here. Austria Klagenfurt. Again, nothing really jumps out here. This could be a high-scoring one because Blues-Weiss Linz did enjoy some high-scoring games against them, I think, last year, if memory serves me right. But it looks like they've got 2 Brazilian ringers in here. And Ronnie Valdo, doesn't that just sound like the most pro-evolution soccer player you've ever heard of? Ronnie Valdo in attack and Luquinha in midfield.
Just running it in Austria.
Proper regens, non-licensed Pro Evo players, isn't it?
That's sent me back. That has Ronnie
and Connor Noss, Island Youth International, former Gladbach player.
Yeah. I thought I recognised the second name. Yeah.
Oh, this is a punchy one, by the way. Rapid Vienna against Sturm Graz. This is a top of the table clash, early doors.
Yeah, Rapid won 6-1 yesterday, I believe, against whoever they played in Europe. Bergstaller scored a hat-trick in like 10 minutes. They were literally like 5 or 6-0 up at halftime. Yeah, some mean sets, but Dion Bello got off the mark for his new club on loan from Augsburg. And then, Mika Brieth plays for these, of course. Yeah.
Mika Brieth. Who's that? Yeah. I call him Brieth.
Kid. Yeah.
No idea how to say it. I just call him
I don't know. Yeah. Brieth, yeah.
Boving as well is meant to be handy. John Gorenk Stankovic, I think, has been ever present in this team ever since I've been watching them from afar. Sakaria, Sherpin. That's not a bad team, but it's a big clash between these two, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty even game, that one, isn't it? Quite hard to split them.
And then Super League, that's Switzerland, isn't it? I don't think we care about Switzerland. Sorry, guys. If you want to see it, let us know. Croatia, let's have a peek at this, and we'll do Scotland. So Zagreb at home at Istra. That's one of the better games this game week as well, isn't it? On the matchups tab.
Big time. Yeah. They've just signed, well, not just, but they've got Piaka now from Riker. Obviously ex-European, played in Fiorentina or whatever he was playing at. He's a big addition for them. The rest of the team kind of looks pretty stable. Pekovic up front still, Misic, Ratovsky still involved, Theophile Katerin. Yes, look at that. 2 double barrel names, left back and left centre back. Odds on that. Just need a bell in there to make it.
Bell in the midfield. Ferro?
Different. No, different Ferro. That Ferro actually's gone back to Portugal, I believe.
Oh, has he?
No. To Estrella, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I have a few Estrella cards.
You want him to go to a bad team, then he might be the man,
Yeah, like a David Bates of.
Aye, not David Bates. Fair enough. But I'm with you. Gorica at home with Varazadin. Banic in goals is the only one that I really know at a glance here. Just a good value goalkeeper from last season. And then Vazadin. Yeah, I'm not up on any of these guys either. Zelenika, again, value goalkeeper from last year. Yeah. And then we've got Rijeka at home to Lokomotiv Zagreb. Sorry, Harry.
No, I was going to say they played last night as well in Europa League or one of the conference leagues. This was the team, I believe, that started yesterday. So apart from the keeper did get injured. So if you did have the Rijeka keeper, I can't remember his name, but whatever his name is, not Labrovic, Yeah.
Posovic.
Yeah, he's the new, he's the other keeper, basically. They got subbed in yesterday.
Yeah, so, Fruitmaster, Pasalic.
Yeah, all the boys are there.
And what do we think about Locomotive?
They've lost
too much.
They've lost Kavlina, keeper, obviously. Gorican's still there. He's a good little forward you can get on Sorare for sure. We had a few good scores last year anyway. Yeah, I don't think they're up to too much though.
Maybe going to smash Dinamo Moscow. Yeah, fair enough. You can see it happening. And I was gutted when I seen this last night. I was double checking lineups and stuff. No Rakitic in the team yet.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. What about old Perisic 50-50?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a fun team though when they get the band back together.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Lucic in goals, Diallo, decent team.
Yeah,
and they're playing Slavan Koprivinka. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Don't think I know any of them. So that's cool. Good for me, I guess. Mires in attack for this team. At the end, we've got Osiek with Kavlina in goals. And yeah, I'm not sure these other guys really jump out. A few new faces there, Lima and Matkovic. And they're playing Sibanek.
Yeah, not much going on there. And then where does that leave us to Scotland, doesn't it?
Rakitic came on last night, so he's coming back from the bench then. Maybe is that maybe the thing? I'm not going to risk him. But yeah, Scotland's all that's left, Harry, sorry.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So we've got 3 games on Saturday, 1 game on Monday, and then the rest of the games are on Sunday. So Scotland's getting a wee bit of Monday night football action. It looks like, certainly for this weekend. Let's hope it continues throughout the season, just to try and raise the game a wee bit and all that, you know. But the season opens. It's like St Johnstone, Aberdeen, yeah.
Okay.
So we opened the season back with Hearts hosting them. And this is a predicted team. Alan Forrest on its start over Vargas surprises me, certainly. The left wing. Interesting. I seen that Prentice signed, and I didn't think that would have affected Kingsley to this level. I don't know if Kingsley's coming back from an injury or something. Jerry Taylor right back. No cards or whatever. But yeah, Spittle, Devlin, Danda in midfield, Shankland on spearhead. Kent and Clark is expected to be the defence. Decent team.
Yeah.
And Rangers should have cards for all these guys now, basically. Now, I've not seen him play, but Rangers supporting friends of mine were excited about this Cortez guy when he was playing before he got an injury last year. I think he came from maybe... I think the Diamande guy came from Nordisland, and then this Cortez guy came from somewhere not too dissimilar, like a random team that unearths players and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe they're players to watch out for this year. Tavernier has not left yet. So if you did take the risk on that, like, touche to you, you'll have him to use this weekend. And potentially the highest scoring defender every weekend now that he's here and he's playing still for them. Suter, Davis and Yilmaz complete the defence with Butland. Connor Barron in the engine room. Cyril Dessers on the Arrowhead. And right mid, there's still not quite a place for Cherny. Maybe that's a fitness thing, just missing a bit of pre-season perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rangers will probably win this, but Hearts really shouldn't be lying down in this game, opening game of the season. They really should be going for it. Danda and Spittle are obviously new signings, still trying to, it's their first day on the job, so they'll be looking to make a name for themselves. So let's hope it's a bit more competitive than my gut tells me it will be. And Motherwell, I've got a U23 keeper. I think this guy's U23 anyway, but no cards yet. He's a little Hungarian guy called Hegi, which is a very Scottish nickname, which is funny for a Hungarian person to have as their name, you know, so... Yeah. That's fun. Defense is totally new-ish. I say totally new, but like, I don't think they were playing with back fives too often last year for the most part. But O'Donnell and McGinn in there, Lennon Miller and Andy Halliday in midfield. And it's a different look attack. No Theo Bear. Zachary John Robinson's in there alongside Moses Ibai. And I don't know this Davor guy, but yeah, handy enough Motherwell team. It makes me feel a wee bit better when I see that Motherwell team. So I've got Ross Laidlaw as my in-season goalkeeper. And although the Motherwell probably win, all I'm hoping is he doesn't concede 3 because he'll get some AA don't concede free. Maybe save a penalty for me or something cool if you're going to really do something. But just don't concede free. And this looks 4-3, but it'll probably be more like 5-4-1 when they're out of possession, kind of shape. So I'm hoping to keep it tight, and I'm hoping this is, if this is 0-0, I'd be really happy, to be honest with you.
No, I get it.
But yeah, and then we've got a Dundee derby on Sunday, early kickoff. For any of you that are here on the European time zone, certainly anyway. And this is a Dundee United team. They're making their return to the SPFL. Tonio looks like he'll be starting on the bench behind Trapanovsky, Molt, and Kai Fotheringham. A bit of a totally different team from what we've seen last time with Babuinski and Sevilge coming into this team. And yeah, Jack Walton just came on loan from Luton. He looks to be the number one goalkeeper. Ross Graham still in defence. Declan Gallagher, Scotland internationals in the team now as well. And they're playing Dundee.
Owen Beckless, unfortunately.
Yeah, no Owen Beck, although been linked quite heavily to Celtic in the last 24 hours. Liverpool have said, we want to sell him, we don't want to loan him. And
really? Wow.
Yeah. So that's...
They must not rate him then.
There's probably a bit of that in it, right? But I was saying this to a Celtic fan, I can't remember who or where or when or whatever, but... See if you look at all the transfers that have been going on. Like Owen Beck's a player that in this transfer window, in theory, could transfer for 18 million to like Everton, and then another player goes in, or no, maybe not Everton, because it's Liverpool, but like West Ham, and then there's like 3 trades. There's like 3 players going back and forth, if you know what I mean, because he's a homegrown player, and it's all about manipulating the fucking books now, isn't it? So. It depends if anyone fancies horse trading with Owen Beck, or if Liverpool haven't played that game yet this window, so maybe they're not all about that life. So maybe it puts us on alert, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did become one of these like Kellymans or these other transfers that we've seen, Lewis Dobbins and whatever, where they're like never kicked a ball, but they're going for 22 million and something.
If he was, I know this sounds. Yeah, a bit dodgy. But if he was English, I think, but the fact that he's not, and he's unfortunately... But
he is homegrown, isn't he? He is still homegrown for the academy. I just mean,
like, there's an English tax. Let's not like beat around the bush.
I agree with
English young players. Do you know what I'm saying? Welsh young kids don't go for that type of money, unfortunately. I know it's Liverpool and whatever, but I just don't see it personally. Like, you know what I mean? If I do agree. I'd give you the benefit of the doubt. I would.
But the whole point is, like, if it's an academy prospect, then the transfer gets booked as complete profit. I
agree. Yeah, I'm just saying because he's Welsh, he won't go for 8. Like, he just isn't the same as an English left back that would be in the same situation. Do you get what I'm saying? I promise you, there's no way Beck goes for 18 mil. I'm sorry, or even in that region. And
he probably doesn't like it, but he could. Is what I'm saying. Is he could?
Yeah,
he's one of these
guys. Think like. Would Celtic pay 18 million?
No, that's the point. We want to pay like 3 or 4. But like if West Ham, if Liverpool are like, oh, we want to buy Kudus, then
like if he's that good, if he's worth 18 mil, he's get like Liverpool, like he's better than Tsimikas at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's profit and I get it, but like, Liverpool don't need to sell because they haven't bought anyone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fair, but like it's just the way it all works.
I know, but. Yeah, he's Ian Rush's uncle, Ian Rush's nephew. Sorry, it goes for something, but
that's just what I think. It's not. I wouldn't be ruling it out. I don't think it's a tap in. It comes to Celtic because, like I say, West Ham's probably a better example. But if they want Kudus and West Ham say we want 120 million, they'll say right, well, we'll give you 120 million, but you're going to buy Owen Beck off us for 18, so that we can afford to do it and whatever. And they'll go right, fine, and then they'll. That's just how these moves have been happening between Everton and Villa and Chelsea and all the rest of it. So that's all. I'm not saying he's worth that. He's that good.
No, I know.
He'd necessarily go into a Premier League team as an 18 million pound left back,
Yeah.
But
they
want to sell him. That's what they're saying. They're saying we want to sell him. We don't want to loan him. We want to book that profit on. That's what they're saying. We want some profit on the books for this kid.
And if that's the case, it's got to be a good chunk. I get what you're saying, because why wouldn't you just loan him? If he's only going to go for 3 mil, you might as well just keep him and see if he just pops over. Do you know what I'm saying? You'd rather loan him to Celtic for a year and then his value goes to 10 mil next year and then you sell him. Because I don't know. I'd be shocked if someone pays above 10 for him. But I hope he finds a good spot because I'm obviously biased and want him.
But it's the same as like all these other ones. Like how's someone paying 24 million for Kellyman or whatever he went for?
Right.
You know?
No, I agree. But like, how old's Kellyman?
Probably a year or two younger.
Yeah, like I just think on some of them ones, like we haven't seen enough of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So like that you can get away with saying like, how's Pender's worth 20 million? He's played one game in the Belgium league. Yeah, it's weird. Like it almost works in the opposite way, right? Like the less you play, like the less you've been seen, the more money someone can ask for you because like you're buying the unknown. Whereas like Owen Beck has played a season in Scotland and okay, he did well and whatever, but like for whatever reason that kind of goes against you. It's like no, actually we'll pay 3 mil for him, not like 30 mil. I don't know. It's just a weird one. It's a really weird one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've got the St Mirren Hibs teams on screen now for you in case you want it. Marco O'Hara was a bit of a hero card last year. He comes on screen, and Ellery Balcombe was the goalkeeper I really wanted, but he was like not quite double, but no far off double the price of a Laidlaw. He's on loan from Brentford. Brentford have got super good talent ID. They don't even do like youth teams and all that anymore, as far as I remember. You know, they've just made it all about the top part of the football club, you know. So if they own players, they're well recruited, is what my kind of opinion generally is on that. So could be a really good goalkeeper in the SPFL this year. St Mirren, no mugs either. Definitely one of the better teams over the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say on them. Exciting front three. And then we've got Hibs. Bursik is back. I was a wee bit worried. I was close to maybe looking at a Bursik, but I think he got an injury in the middle of pre-season. Yeah. Now he is like, he's here and he's back kind of thing. He played the last game, I'm sure. And yeah, he's here for the opener.
I've got to somehow make use of my 2 Bursiks this weekend, Quinny, and I just can't do him justice because he's L15-0. Like I can play him, but like the cards around him don't like justify it almost in cap. But I'm still gonna try it. I've got a lot of business to do, like I said before stream.
Yeah, he did indeed. And then 3:30 on Sunday, we've got the Hoops. We've got the champions flag day at Celtic Park hosting Kilmarnock, and it's a copy and paste effort, I think, from what we would expect to be the strongest team. Maybe the right winger was obviously up in the air last year. We've seen a lot of James Forrest towards the back end of the year. Kuhn was kind of in and out with some dental problems and acclimatization and whatever. But I put a tweet out when I watched the City game, and if you've seen the highlights, like the highlights do him justice. Like it wasn't one of those games where the highlights were all that happened. Like he was electric, and he could legitimately be the SO5 heir to the Jota throne that we've been waiting for. But Kuhn's in attack with Kyogo and Maeda. Like this could be fire. Really happy Kilmarnock have played midweek as well, because it just puts an extra couple of miles on their legs, and takes a little bit more zest out of what they might try, because Kilmarnock and Derek McInnes, again, they're in Europe. They were one of the better teams last year, and they always give us a game. If you look at how many points they took off of Celtic and Rangers last year, like Kilmarnock are probably top of the table in that regard, I would say, last year. Mm-hmm. So handy outfit, but we are looking good, full strength. And like I said earlier, Kasper Schmeichel in between the sticks there, like, is a different proposition now for all those defenders, like getting that clean sheet over the line. And yeah, just generally the whole team kicking ass. Like, I'm so hyped, like so hyped.
You need to get yourself a Kasper.
I do, but I'm going to try and win it or box it or craft it or something. That's objective one, until it comes down to a reasonable level. Or if I win a bucket, if I win like first place and I've got a slice there to get a Kasper with, then fine.
He's a crazy price though. Like he's like as expensive as like Diogo Costa. It's just like
looking at 2022 pricing for a goalkeeper with Kasper Schmeichel,
Yeah, on his own. Yeah, it is. Like everyone was that price, but like he is on his own that price now, and fucking tenders anyway specifically. Yeah, it's bonkers. It is nuts. I get it, like I do, but I also think, Jesus, man, it's a lot.
Rizzo with a question. What do you think about that? When the Premier League comes on?
Yeah, 5:02. That should happen.
Yeah. I need a pep talk to get these lineups out. Weasel Mount, you can do it. Just pick the first team to win, and then see after that. See, as long as you know your first team's going to win, then you can just have fun with the rest of them. So go hard, go strong, build the best team for first 1.3K for the super rare Kasper Schmeichel. Again, like that was one thing I was saying coming into this, is like there's a lot of existing Celtic collections. There's a lot of like predetermined demand for a Schmeichel, versus like when Rangers cards came out, like, yeah, there's Rangers fans that want to go and get those cards, but it's not the same as having, this is the 4th season of Celtic. It's not like having 3 seasons worth of players across hundreds of galleries already, defensive stacks, attack plays, everything that needs that goalkeeper card. So it's not totally unexpected, I don't think, but it's something I'm not going to rush into, let's say. But yeah, team picks itself, and I think Matt O'Reilly probably will end up in the Serie A, just the way things have went. I think eventually the money will get, the asking price will probably be met. Let's see how it does go. I really hope he does stay. But in any case, like the same way it was O'Reilly year last year, I think this year could be Rio year, like big time. Like last year he was in and out with injury, and I don't think Rodgers really got him, or was really, it felt like it was playing Turnbull over Hatate at the beginning of the last season, and then he got injured and all the rest of it. But if you see them in pre-season, they're like talking to each other down the tunnel after the games and stuff like that. Hatate's looking great, and like he's got such a huge, he's got a lot of room to go back into. It's not even like out the realm of possibility. Like he is that good anyway. So I'm just mad excited about this whole team. I think the defense can all kill now. I think McGregor's still probably the weakest midfielder, but I think that's because in a big way Hatate's going to go to O'Reilly kind of ish levels. Let's see how it actually shakes out. And then the front three, if they're scoring goals, they're all good.
Who takes the set pieces off O'Reilly if he leaves?
I think that might depend on signings. I think you can see Kuhn maybe taking a few. But if we get a left back, like if Beck came to Celtic and he can and does take the corners and stuff like that, then could be him. Yeah, quite easily. Palma's coming off the bench probably most matches, so maybe he gets some when he comes on. But beyond that, I don't think it's determined. Here's the Kilmarnock team. Robbie McCrory, former Rangers player, in goals. So the Celtic fans will be on his back for the full game. And then this is a handy team. Like they're not going to give you an inch, Kilmarnock. They don't make mistakes or anything like that. They're very well drilled and organised. McInnes is a very good recruiter, like I mentioned before. There's not Kennedy and Armstrong on the wings are decent, but they're not like flair. They're just like really good, kind of pretty good footballers, but they're quite strong and quite fast and like keep their head switched on. They're troublesome, can make opportunities and stuff, but it's not like flair here. It's not like a magic maker that you need to watch out for. It's just more like the whole team is just like a coil and a spring, and then if you give them that, and they'll go for it
big time.
So Kasper Schmeichel debut clean sheet at Paradise. Let's have it. And then the final game in Scotland we've got on Monday night is St Johnstone. They've got a new goalkeeper after selling their goalkeeper to Aberdeen, which we'll see in a second. Joshua Ray, I think he might be U23 as well, Harry. Maybe I'm wrong. I think their backup is under 23, and maybe Ian Sorare, who's quite often in the live chat, might have thought he might have played this year coming. I'm getting confused maybe somewhere, but yeah, Graham Carey back for another year. Love a bit of that. And I don't recognise a lot of this team, to be honest with you. The fullbacks, the strikers, I don't know them, so I can't really say too much on it. Clarkson's out for 8 weeks, so it looks like
shoulder.
Nielsen will come in.
Yeah, I'm gutted about that big time. That's really, really weakened me.
That was one that had a lot of excitement around the pre-season because of the new manager and how good he looked.
Had a couple of decisive, scored a couple of free kicks. Yeah, he has looked really sharp, and no Barron, so he probably would have been over set pieces and stuff. Yeah, that one's really that's a sore one, that big time, because his shoulder as well. It's like it's not even anything like leg related, which is most things in football injury wise. It's a frustrating. Killer. Yeah,
could be McGrath season, by the way. I think McGrath. I've always wanted, like when the SPFL first came on, he was a card I really wanted. But he went to Dundee United, and he got very few of them before. Like it was on loan from Wigan or something like that, and then he's ended up at Aberdeen. And since he's been at Aberdeen, he's had some big scores, but they're very infrequent. And again, if he's going to play in this position, like a number 10 under this type of manager and whatever, like he could be a monster, like a legit, like the sort of levels we've seen Spittle hit last year. He could do that probably more regularly. So he's not, Spittle was good and stuff, but Spittle's a flair player. Like he's relying on some magic happening, whereas that McGrath's got a bit of that in him, but he's like a brute. He's a big guy.
He's powerful. Yeah. I've seen him. I watched Aberdeen a few times last year, and he really impressed me. He's a good player, good runner. And can chip in as well for DAs.
So yeah, Aberdeen Clarkson's a huge miss, but maybe it kind of further underlines how good he might be. There might be another 5 or 10 points come his way now.
Yeah, probably. If he takes set pieces as well, maybe. I know Graham Shinney might have a little word about that as well, but yeah, there's some good players there for sure.
I see. They think McGrath will be deeper. I was hoping McGrath would be number 10. He was deeper. I think McClarkson was in the team. McGrath, I think he was back there.
He used to play on the wing as well, mind. Like an inverted winger type of thing.
Yeah,
like a cam. Him and is it what's the American kid called? Dante Polvarth or something.
Polvara.
Polvara. Sorry, yeah, he would sort of come in and out of the false winger positions and stuff. Yeah.
So that's all for Scotland, and then like we were mentioning earlier, Harry, that's it's going to be busy this game week because the Scottish Cards have got their own special weekly, which we've got here on screen for you guys. I think the limited and the rare is like, is it? Oh no, man, you just click on this and then I see the page I'm after. Nice change to the UI from Sorare as well, by the way, makes some of this a little bit slicker to look at. But this is the limited, so at the moment we've got just under 1,000 entries, 926, and this is multi-entry, so don't know how many actual managers will be here, but 926 lineups. The prize pool goes down to 150. So it's 15% basically. Oh, it's maybe just closer to 20, isn't it? But not bad. And where does it get chunky? Where does it get fun? I think for limiteds, you're maybe looking, where does it need to be interesting? Maybe the top 60? 30 quid and above, is that good for limited? I don't play limited, so it's hard to say. Top 10's definitely where I'd be looking, like 100 quid and above.
Depends what a team really costs you. Like, what's the average cost of an SPFL? You only need 3 in season, so factor that in. I can't imagine it's that expensive. I know Celtic maybe would be, but you might be able to get a decent lineup for 50 quid. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what the rough prices would be. 40, 50 quid maybe.
Yeah. 181 entrants at rare, again multi-entry, and the rare prize pool very chunky at the top, makes me excited, and it goes all the way back to 60. So that's like 30%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Not bad at all. Yeah,
I'm firmly aiming for top 10 myself. I want to get top 5. If I get top 5, then all those cards I bought are paid, and then there's some profit already, which is jackpot. And obviously, if you win the fucking thing, you're rubbing your hands together. And I genuinely think I've got a really good shot at winning this. Like, it's all on Ross Laidlaw, but which is the only problem. Super Rare's got 26 entrants in it. Yesterday, late yesterday. This only had 16 in it, Harry. The prize pool goes down to 15.
Wow. Yeah, that's big.
Multi-entry as well. And again, like the Celtics and stuff like that, there's a few. And I've seen some St Johnstone stacks in my day. I've seen some Hibs stacks, some Aberdeen stacks. There's a few guys out there, But
yeah, I can see it happening.
I've got a feeling this is like 8 people on multi-entry, but or whatever,
McBride's 10 of them.
McBride's get 3 teams easy. McBride's got 3 teams on the side, no question about it in my mind. And then maybe another half a dozen managers are the same. So the majority of the prize pool, I think, like you could see McBride in the top 5 all 3 times. Like could be one of those ones.
Yeah. Quite comfortably. Somebody's going to get a couple in there, aren't they? A couple of winners.
So. Unique has 3 entrants at the moment. Wow. And the prize pool is 3.
Jesus Christ. You're just buying money, basically.
Yeah, it depends on the price of the use, but yeah. 5, 1, and 2, 3. Not bad for 3 entrants. Is it one person is multi-entered?
Imagine that. Yeah, Jesus. Franksy just cleaning up.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule it out. So yeah, that's fun. We've not done prize pools analysis in a while, but I think the page really does pop a bit nicer now for it, doesn't it? So this is Challenger Limited, which was all the Belgian stuff and Denmark and Brazil and whatever. At limited level at the moment, 13. Let's call it 1,400 entrants, and the prize payout. Also, we've got percentages for boxes, but guaranteed card is top 35, which feels quite nosebleedy for guaranteed cards, but this is this is across divisions as well, isn't it? So is this division 1? Oh, it's a D5. Sorry, there it's there on the UI. D4. Yeah, so it doesn't tell us the entrance per division on this. And I know I could probably click into it and it'll make tell us and stuff, but I'm not going to bother, to be honest with you. D4, we get guaranteed cards for 81. So those 1,300 entrants across 5 divisions, that's actually less scary, isn't it? For top 30, then top 60 was that. D3, card payouts from 110.
Not bad.
Yeah. D2 card payouts for 103. And then D1 card payout for 52 and above. Yes, it's probably one of the shallower divisions. That's interesting. Yeah. Contender. Again, I'll probably just do this for limited, Harry, and then we'll see what you've got some business to get done. I'll finish this wee prize pool thing. I'll show you the few teams I've got, and then we can do some deadline planning with you.
Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. I'm just trying to do a couple of deals whilst we're live.
So, Contender Limited, we're at 2,758 entrants, and this is like Celtic, Austria, everything basically we've looked at in this show. This should be a very busy competition. Guaranteed cards in D5 for 120. So, be interesting to see how the head count actually does shake out. 270 get paid out in D4, which is night and day to what we've seen in Challenger. Obviously, there's a lot more teams and leagues playing. The top 363 get a guaranteed card in Division 3, which is probably one of the fattest divisions for entrants. D2 looks to have that for 327. But we do have boxes. I've not clicked into these, but it's just a stars box. Okay, so I should maybe looked at this a bit earlier as well, but no cards in these, just essences and level ups. And this is a box from D2.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I don't think there is any cards in the boxes anymore, right? Unless it's like a special weekly or something. I'm pretty sure it's just raw essence and level ups.
So all the various stars or boxes are there's just a bit more essence in them all. Different percentages of payout as well.
And even where you finish depends on what box you get, if that makes sense. Like I finished 20th last weekend in in-season Division 2 Challenger, and like my box was different to who finished 10th or 5th, if that makes sense. So yeah, I had a 3-star box actually, coming to think of it. So yeah, those change as well.
Interesting, yeah. So there's a good box pool and a bad box pool. Only one box spot, not multiple boxes like we had last year, like 3 box payouts and whatever. This is the D2 one, a 4-star box. And it's 2x level ups you get now. So you don't just get 1 level up, you get 2 for some of these boxes. Let's look at D1, the big bad boxes. Just tons of essence. Like you're going to get a lot of essence in these cards if you're playing D1. Only 1 box, but so you need the 3 teams to get the 3 boxes. You can't get 3 teams to get your 9 boxes like we maybe thought last year. So that's interesting. Under 23, let's have a peek at this prize pool. So rare, limited 5,000 entrants. Guaranteed card payout for 570. It's top 10%. That's not bad. Cash on the podium.
Yeah.
Rare. 1,100 entrants in rare, Harry boy. 125 cards.
Yeah, it's gonna get a lot chunkier than that as well at 3 entrances for sure.
136 entrants at super rare. Top 21 are bagging cards.
Yeah, it's tough. Not easy.
18 in unique. Only pays podium. Well, one more where you peek at All-Star before it goes, but limited 11,000 entrants in All-Star. This will be a lot of Leagues Cup action. Top 1,500 are bagging a card. In rare, 3,000 entrants in All-Star. Podium isn't as good as it used to be, but there is star cards there, but the money's not quite as fun. 378 cards paid out in rare. Super rare, 258 All-Star entrants, which doesn't feel that bad. 34 getting a card. Single entry, of course. 54 entrants in unique. Top 8 slinging a card.
So I was just negotiating on Discord as we speak.
No, love it. Well, I'll show you the teams I've got lined up, ready to hopefully rock and roll this game week. A lot of Celtic stuff, and it's kind of like a test run, a rehearsal, as it were, for the actual season happening when I've got like the Japanese keepers actually lined up, and maybe I'll get our SPFL keeper or two. But I've got a 14% defender Hatate. I've got a 14% captain jersey number O'Reilly in midfield, and then I've gone double forward with blonde Dyson. Can't wait to see this thing come out the packet. It'll look like unlike any other Dyson that's went before it. He's got the blonde hair. He's looking like he's loving life. He's a happy man. And the first Nicholas Cooden It's not the first card that they sold, it's like the number 4 or something, but the first Celtic, Nicholas Kuhn, I've got one of them. Maybe Jota. So if we get a Jota score out of Kuhn, if we get a peak Dyson score, which is like a 78 or something, and then Hatate and O'Reilly, I think are both 100 capable, especially that defender Hatate. If he gets subbed off in the 70th minute with a clean sheet bonus to his name, that might just be juicy. And it's all hanging on Ross the Boss Laidlaw to hopefully throw me up a wee bit. So I don't think there'll be another team that looks like mine in a lot of ways. I don't think there'll be a Celtic stack with a Laidlaw. I don't think there'll be that many defender Hatates in here where I couldn't. And Captain O'Reilly to play.
It's basically can Laidlaw and your Hatate defender card really outscore a Schmeichel, whoever, right? Carter Vickers, Scales, McGregor. I think that's, you'll probably find a couple of Matt O'Reilly captains, Kuhn up front, and Maeda's maybe. Some might go Kyogo, obviously. There'll be variants, but yeah, it's all about, can your goalkeeper, keep pace with Schmeichel? That is literally the question you've got to ask yourself, sorry. Because everyone's going to captain O'Reilly, isn't they, at the end of the day, if they have one.
Yeah. For like 10% of the price, I hope so.
Be fun. No, I'm rooting for you. I hope those weeks happen. Like you just got to hope for one of those Joe Hart weeks where Celtic do win 5-1, but unfortunately they obviously don't keep the clean sheet. I know that goes against your Hatate, but you'd probably rather that than you as much as you want Celtic to win. From an IRL standpoint, you do kind of want them to concede. Let's be honest.
IRL versus ROI.
Yeah. IRL versus ROI, SL5, all the abbreviations. That's class.
Love it. Oh, the good thing I've got is Laidlaw and Motherwell play on Saturday and Celtic play on Sunday. So I'll be going to the game knowing what my keeper's done. The goalkeeper sweat will be over for me by then. It's just enjoy the outfield for what it does. I've only got one team in contender because of the goalkeepers. It's Big Urbig. And I went with double forward again. I've went Hatate and Kyogo, Captain O'Reilly, and then I'm going Taylor just because Johnson is back on to start by all estimations, but I'm not convinced he'll get the 90 minutes. It's just something that, and maybe he comes off the bench because he hasn't played pre-season. Maybe Rodgers does give Ralston flag day. I don't think he will, but I think Rodgers will go full strength because it's a tough opponent and it's flag day. Mm-hmm. But in any case, I just feel that Taylor is just as peaky as Johnson, and we don't have another left back, so he's playing 90 minutes. It's just a fact. So, and then it's down to your big playing Hamburg. How well does he do there? I'm hoping it's pretty good. But
yeah, it could be pretty good. I think so.
Just need to get promoted. That's all this team needs to do for me, is get promoted. Mm-hmm. That's all I really care about. Need to get into D1 with these Celtic teams ASAP. I've got 3 D2 entries, and when all these goalkeepers are playing, I need 3 D1 entries so I can go get all those big boxes.
That's a funny... sorry, off topic, I've just been completely sidetracked. Jonathan said there, why is Gluch in the contender picture? For Salzburg? Quinny, he hasn't had cards for 2 years. Oh, really? I won an Oscar Gluch whenever ago, right? And it's the 21-22 version of Salzburg, and he didn't have a card the year after that. Sorry, and then he doesn't have a new card. I don't know what's going on, but he's on the fucking picture. It's not as if they haven't got pictures of him. They must have pictures. I just don't know why he hasn't been minted for 2 years, which is really strange. Weird side note.
Atletico Madrid advancing talks for Jules, the Spider-Man.
He's the most Atletico Madrid player you could ever ask for, right? As a forward, he is literally the epitome of Simeone's forward. If he could mold a forward, it's Alvarez. Just literally run all day for him, speaks the language, perfect. Get him in and scores goals as well. Love it.
Play with Griezmann. That could be fun, man.
Yeah, that could be class. Just threading him through, and Griezmann plays the Messi type of role that he does for Argentina type of thing, and lets Alvarez do all the running.
And then this all-star team, again, very contendery, but I'm fucked with the goalkeepers. I've got Barraza in goals. Captain Hatate in midfield because I've ran out of O'Reilly's. But I've got number 1, Alistair Johnson, number 1, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and I've stuck them together as a little power play, as a double defence. Kyogo as well comes into this team, which is fun. And it's all-star. It's against a bunch of thousands of people. It's a pretty basic Celtic stack. I'm not expecting it to win all-star, but it should do kind of well. And because of the goalkeeper, I'm kind of hamstrung on where I can play these cards, which is why I've got 2 good cap teams here, 240 and 270. Kind of speak for themselves. There's not really too much to go on with these, but yeah, Tanaka in the shop window, just gave him the captain armband. I think he's out to impress and get that transfer before the window closes. Giacomakis should play against Philly. He played the last game. I don't see why he wouldn't play this one. And I've got a wee fun 220 with the Raybigger and the Chris McFarlane rookie, England Youth International. Julian Fernandez played it for NYC in the last game. I think he might play this one. Captain Jordan, son of the king, home to Randers for a wee 220 because Barraza's L15 has went from 0 to 76.
Ooh, yeah, that's what you don't want. That is the downside, isn't it, of an L15 a 0 fella.
Yeah, and I'm missing a striker for this. Sorry, I've just realised, so I'll do that before the deadline strikes, and I miss out on some of that crucial XP that I need. Maybe throw a Dyson in, or maybe throw a Dyson in. Bernaby, by the way, is playing on a 49. Does Bernaby come into the reckoning on a 49? Probably not. Yeah. Just a wee side for. Yeah, I'm quite excited for the special. I want to go. I want to get top 10. I'm quite excited for that. 240. I've went mid target. I want that over the line, and then this team just needs to get promoted. And can we have a look at the prize pool here for D2? If I win this division, I'll be mad happy. Obviously, to get a star and to get a box, a 4-star box, which will have some nice essence in it. Yeah, if I could win this division, I'd be really happy. But if I don't win it, I just want a Celtic card. If I do pull a card. But top 10% we need to get into. How many entrances are in this division? Does it tell me? I don't think it tells me just yet, does it? Yeah, it does. 999 participants in D2. So I need to get into the top 100. Top 99. Top 99.9. So I don't know if Sorare round up to 100 there or if they kill you on 99. But 98 and above. Let's just think about that for FC Barcelona. Barcelona, beg your pardon. Don't sue me. Yeah, I'm buzzing. Guys in the chat, let us know what you're doing. Plays first, risky. No, I like that. But yeah, Harry, you've got some deadline drama to show us. You're crunching some teams. Yeah,
I've just done a little deal with Mickey Flynn. I don't know whether he's watching right now, but he's looking to sell some of his super rares. So I just got that Platonic fella. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Platonic.
Yeah, I've
Harry boy
a while ago with obviously having Layson, so a little defensive stack on the go, and I'm really short for defenders this week with a super rare, and I gave him my Maziz in season rare and 18 quid. So I think we're both relatively happy, hopefully, if he is watching. Anyway, if he's not, doesn't matter. I need to build some super rare teams. Look at that, Clarkson, league specialists. I've got him down at 100%, but that is 100% wrong.
Yeah.
It's 1,000,000% wrong if there was a million, if that worked. But yeah, I'm just really, man, I've just got so many question marks. I'm going to bring, I know we haven't got that long, but 240 is where this needs to happen, right? Joseph Bursick in, L15 to 0. That has to happen. I need that to work. Like Fuchs is down as 100%, but I'm seeing, he could get rested quite comfortably, and then that hurts me big time. I really want Santi to play. Are you playing Santi, Quinny?
No.
You're not, are you?
No, see the chat we had last week about Barraza? I think that's the chat for a lot of the squad players, is you're going to get these minutes because we've not gave you minutes before. So like Julian Fernandez, I'm playing. I don't think he's projected on wherever I looked for it. I think Santi is like 50-50 or something like that. He might play.
He was actually ill last game, so he only missed it because he was ill. He wasn't because he was completely out of the squad, wasn't he? And everyone was like, "What's going on? Is that League Cup rotation?" It actually wasn't. He felt ill on the day, so I'm a little bit less worried about a Santi than whoever else type of thing. But yeah, it obviously still risky, big time. But I think I need to take some sort of risk here, in some way, because I just can't. I don't know. I just don't have enough punchy midfielders outside of him that warrants playing the L15 0. I know.
Yes, so he's on a 40% split with Magno and Ojeda on 20% for left wing.
20% behind
Maxi,
yeah.
Yeah, I personally think this has Julian Fernandez on the same split with Hannes Wolf, and I think it's going to be Magno, Maxi, and Fernandez that start. That's what I think. I think this is it's a big part of their whole thing, like the squad morale and stuff like that. My nice wee source that I had for last week hasn't done a podcast ahead of this weekend yet, so I don't have any insight into that regard. But I've got a feeling like Justin Hack will play. You know, like these guys are getting the minutes, you know. And then if they get through, that's when they might start playing the best team, you know, once they get through the group or whatever.
Yeah, so, I mean, it might have to come down to not playing him then, really. If I want to be really cautious, it's basically going Araujo and Barron. I think that would be...
It's Cincy away as well. It's not a great game.
Oh, but Cincy without, like, Acosta last night, they only scraped through. Who'd they play yesterday? They played, like, Quintero or something, Mexican team, and they only just scraped. Like, I don't know Acosta is a big difference, but that on paper is, like, the safest team. Like, I'm leaving 35 points on the table. I know it doesn't matter really what these L15s are on paper in some way as well, because... they've got to outscore whatever the
number is.
Away to Antwerp. He might go into under 23. So like that's not like he'll be getting played somewhere. It's just where basically. So then this looks something like.
There's plenty of checks still U23. That's fucking glorious.
Yeah, like this team will end up looking okay as well. Like Suzuki, I really want to play, but he was ill, and we just don't really know. Hoping we get Japan lineup interesting. Charles, does Japan get a double game week if they go through? I think they do, don't they?
Oh, that's cheeky.
Yeah, pretty sure they do, but I could be wrong.
I was just more kind of meaning like for Sharon away to Antwerp, isn't that different to New York away to Cincy?
It's not, but Santi's not under 23, so I can't play Santi anywhere else. Where I can play Vasharon in Challenger, which I will be playing someone in Challenger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's more options with Vasharon. That's my only issue with that one. Like Santiago Ramos Mingo now, I can't play him in Challenger, obviously, because he's, Argentinian. So, like, I'm kind of, like, unless I play him in Cap 240, which I could do, but, that team's already filled up. And it's like, you're kind of leaving a few cards on the table where, it might not be the best idea. But to be honest, I think Yari has to go in here. I got Balikwisha playing against Big Yari. I am going to captain Jankovic because I fancy him to play. And then Challenger Classic, then like this could die because Fuchs might not even play, if that makes sense. So,
yep.
But yeah, it's one of them where I don't mind if this team actually dies on his head in so many ways. Do I just risk Suzuki for the fun of it? Yeah, you know what?
I think so.
You might as well see what happens. There's a couple of risks there. So that kind of takes care of my Super Rare team. Super Rares, sorry. I've done mine under 23. It's basically only 240. I need to do challenge season actually. Challenge season is going to look something like this. Big Sven. I'm taking the risk on Ambrose. But sometimes you do just need to take a risk. And then that team almost is done, to be fair. It's either KMB. Actually, it is just KMB.
Connor Barron on for 90 says, sorry, our CT4 are resident Rangers.
Love that. Yeah, I do fancy Barron from what I've heard. If he takes set pieces and we're flying, but obviously Tavernier probably does, doesn't he? So
can you look at Olympics as well? Yeah, sorry guys, I'll get that one in a wee second.
And then 240, another L15 a 0, Quinny, in Mr. Bursick.
Yeah, we go.
But again, can I do it? Can I do him justice? Really, is the question. Can I really pump out half a decent team? And CISO could have a double game week here if they beat Egypt.
Iraq. Oh, Egypt.
Iraq, is it? Yeah, Egypt. But he didn't really do much last game. But I think I'm gonna just have to risk. Sorry, that one. I'm going to go Andrade because he hasn't played too much. He was suspended for the first game. I fancy him to come back in. And then Gomez technically has a double game week as well. I don't mind maybe keeping those two together. David Bates could be a shout, maybe.
Maxi Morales.
What do you think?
Aye.
That might not be a bad idea. Might away to Cincy though, but
he'll be on sets,
Yeah, you'll do the business, won't he? If fucking Acosta, he's in the naughty books. Yeah, I don't know. The extra player comes in at here. 66 points left. Like it's either Maxi, David Bates, or Diego Gomez double game week. Really,
I think Maxi's a good shout as a standalone, but the Gomez guy I kind of like as well, that double game week lands, because that means he's done well against Egypt, which means there's probably a good score. And then you've maybe got that extra game to just spice it up somehow, because his scores aren't amazing, but it's like 54, 72, 35, 100. So
72 AA in this game.
So if he gets two games, then you're getting both, maybe a good one and a mediocre one there again.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? For just in case this goes tits up, I am actually going to go David Bates. I think over Andrade. Yeah, just in case something dodgy happens.
Fair.
And I can't really do too much about it. I'm going to captain NC, so just in case the double game week comes in. Right, that's basically. There will be a few other teams, but I'm just going to input those in on my other screen as we speak, just so.
I'll put the Olympics on then. So this is the Japan team to play Spain from the looks of it. I think this has been somewhat what they've played as first choice throughout the groups. I think there was a game of high rotation, but outside of that, it's pretty much been the same. Spain look to be lined up, as you see here. I was looking at stats when I was doing one of these videos on the channel, like one of the kind of beginnery videos. This wee Aymar guy came up in a lot of good, like, progressive stats, like winning the ball back in the opposition's half, and some of those fun stats that don't really mean too much on Sorare, but they're normally nice little indicators of, like, oh no, that guy's, he could kick on if he didn't play for Osasuna, like. So one to watch out for. Garcia, Kubarsi, Tenas is the wee triangle back here. Miranda holding on at left back. Pablo Barrios and Baena in the engine room. Really strong team. Probably favourites to go at this point. No team for Egypt or Paraguay. And then France, alongside favourites as well. But I do think France haven't been that convincing from what I've seen of all the aftermath of matches and stuff like that. But they're still in it. Still get up there with Spain as the best squad by a long way. But they're playing Argentina. So this will be a tough one. Like, this is going to knock out a big team. No two ways about it. And look at that. Giuliano Simeone, Thiago Almada, Julian Alvarez. I don't know this Gondo guy, but Beltran was on 15% with him. So maybe it's Beltran. It's a really good attack. Really in goals. Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Mad. I'm just looking at the Super Rare numbers in like Division 2 in Division 2 Classic Super Rare. There's like 52 entrants. I need to get it up over here. There's 52 entrants for like 5 cards. 4 cards, sorry. And all those cards are tier 3s and 5s. Like, so where are we going here? Challenger, like this one here. Like, the leaderboard is literally 52 players. There's literally only 4 cards given out, tier 3 at best. But can I risk my challenger team in D1? I don't think I can. Really?
I'd be maybe more looking at the boxes in this situation.
Well, yeah, you kind of do, right? But
could you get top 10%? That's top 5.
And even then, it's probably not. No. You know what? I might play in 270 and just scrap challenger.
Opens it up a bit as well, flexibility wise.
Like, I could just risk Santi at that point. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, even super sub Santi might work. It's a hard play to put, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. It's so confusing now, all these cap things. Like, how they've done this. You can't even. It's not even.
Boulder Crypto, thanks very much for the $2 super sub. Noticed Sorare added boxes to Contender? Yes, we did. We've had a wee sconce at that. They're looking pretty juicy. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 stars. Probably nicer than the names that they used to have, because the names got a wee bit muddly, didn't it? Like light and basic and premium, and limited had elite, but we didn't have that in the other ones. And I can't remember what the other names are, but yeah. Thanks very much for the super chat, Boulder Crypto, Sissy Dragon. Fist bump to you. One of the best names in the live chat you're ever going to see.
Yeah, top name up. Top name.
I'm mad hyped for this weekend. I was saying that to you before we came on, Harry. Like, I'm so glad Celtic are back. I'm so glad I know we've not made any signings. I know Bernardo's just signed or whatever, right? But you know what I mean? Like, we've not actually signed any outfielders. But I really do feel that we're going to be a lot better this year. Like, even just with the extra year under Rodgers, a wee bit of guys levelling up naturally, and just a wee bit more of that cohesion coming back through the club after, doing as well as we did last year against a bit of a uphill struggle at times, so mad hyped for it. And the boxes are going to be even good as well. Just getting that action for Tuesday,
So CT saying the lineups are out for Japan game. To be fair, so CT, I didn't have Arakai in my 240, but I appreciate the catch on that one.
And no, I don't think PB is going to be a regular starter, Red Devil. I think he's firmly like the fourth choice midfielder. They can probably, alongside Iwata, just depending on what the manager wants to do, they're just the first midfielders to come in if someone gets injured or needs a rest or something. I think he'll play regularly enough, and again, this is maybe coming back to what I was chatting about Wednesday night, but Paulo Bernardo, if you get the feeling that he's always coming on at 60, 70 minutes for a Tate or O'Reilly, like if he still picks up like 6 assists and 6 goals this season from the bench, as a sub now, like it's not that much. It's not as dodgy to play that guy in Team 3, if that's all you have, or that's the way you want to play Team 3. If that's just the depth of gallery you'll have. So I don't think he's going to be a regular starter, but I think you could probably see him feature in like 90% of matches. And if he can keep up that kind of decisive ratio he had at times, where he could come off the bench and do something, throw the cat in amongst the pigeons. He was a nice kind of bull in the china shop at times for us. Then he can still be a viable play, but he's not a Team 1 guy. He's firmly a Team 3 at best at the moment, I would say.
What's this? All-Star, isn't it? What are we going to do in All-Star, Quinny? Sean John's
very cheap, by the way. Oh, you've got L15-0. Never mind.
Yeah, he's going into All-Star. Do I... Johnny Russell. We'll go Fafa. See what Fafa can do for us.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Russell. I don't think he's on.
Yeah, I think Russell's struggling, isn't he, right now? So that's cap done. That is 3 super rares done. Can I throw in a cheeky classic season? Classic season team here, potentially. Yeah, we could do something.
Super rare Yari?
Potentially, yeah. I think that works. Nobody fancied my Copans. That's okay. No contender. Could do a 270 rare, maybe. If I have an extra goalie. Do I have any other goalies, Quinny? That's the big question. Mikovic could play. Fry's not going to play. It's been told. No. He's the only one. So this is a punt, but we'll do it. Why not? This is a punt. Get Big Maxi in.
Yeah.
Probably give him the captain's armband, to be fair.
Cherky off the bench against Argentina.
Oh, is he going to get minutes? Is the issue.
Yeah, he could proper DNP actually, couldn't he?
To be fair, Bello's on to play. I forgot about Bello. He's hiding in the depths. Okay, let's go Maxi. That's basically everything done. I just need to do training. I actually forgot to do training on the midweek.
Oh wow, that's a kick in the stones, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't get training done, which was not fun.
Sorry, show 6. I have that effect, especially when it comes to La Liga players. So there's so many fun players that do come out of La Liga that are just good players. Not always great on SO5, but I think that Aymar does all right anyway. But he is like, if he went to like a Sociedad or a Girona or something, you'd probably see him become a good bit better. I'm not saying those moves aren't happening or whatever, but yeah, glad you find them somewhat interesting to have a look into. Under 23, Harry, will it get boxes? I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it will do. It's just not right now. Like, yeah, Gameweek 502.
Yeah.
Should be Paul Gayton Cook. He's still in Belgium, by the way. He hasn't left. He's still doing his gym work in Belgium. So they haven't chartered the Emirates flight for him yet, apparently.
Think it'll fall through, or do you think they're paying him?
I don't know. I mean, you'd like to think it wouldn't fall through, but fucking hell, who knows? Who knows these days? Who knows? What are we? Yeah. 9 minutes. We got time. It's funny, like the two UI screens like go back and forth. Like you get the new one sometimes, and then you click into another part of the screen, and you get the old one, and yeah, it's all going on.
Yeah, rough time for the Belgian keepers.
Yeah,
the OGs.
They're all wanting to cash in, aren't they? Which you can't really blame them, but because like Cook, he does a year and a half out there, year out there. He's probably just wedged in a crazy amount of cash. He's probably not earning 5 years in Belgium. Probably, I don't know. That's just a guess, but it wouldn't be far off. I don't think.
Jack Woodward. Wait, Play Sharper doesn't exist no more.
Where have you been?
Jackie boy.
That's the question.
Jackie boy. It's been a long time, mate. So the website we're on now is Predictify.
This UI is crashing on me, Quinny, big time.
Deadline drama is happening at Harry Trades HQ.
At least it's only... Look at that. It's filled in team 4 over team... I don't know what's going on. This is a mess. Like, actually a mess.
Yeah, just double checking my training was all done. Got a wee para there.
I don't even want to put Sam Johnson in. And the traffic right now must be bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's this that we're worrying about, not actual lineups.
Jack's been in hibernation since the Prem ended. Welcome back, mate. but no, Play Sharper is no more. It's Predictify. You can maybe see it in the top corner. It's tiny, but Predictor FY. You'll find it on Twitter and put it into Google. It'll come right up for you.
Yeah.
Wrong button.
Nearly done.
Yeah. Me and Harry both got to play at Anfield. Harry's got a much better video of it than I do in terms of...
I can't really see it, but...
Signed shirts are in the background.
Got to be careful with the camera.
Yeah. And got to play on the holy ground that is with God. God was there talking to Harry.
Yeah.
So
God was talking to... Well, he was our manager, right? Me and you.
Yeah. Aye. God was giving a big licks. He was not up for losing to Heskey.
No chance, was he? He was not happy if he would have lost that game.
I seen this year, who was it they had? I think they had Skirtle. Was Skirtle one of them?
Yeah, it was Skirtle and Heskey again, I think.
Was it Heskey and Skirtle?
I'm pretty sure it was Heskey, yeah.
I'll let Harry answer this. Quinny, can you play football?
Yeah, well, you can play football.
I'm all right. I'm not great. I'm not Harry.
No, but... Yeah, I mean, no, you can... He's a James... If you want to try and picture him, he's James Forrest. With a little bit more height, less chunky. No, let's try and think of the exact same player you are. I'm going to have a little think a minute. It doesn't have to be Celtic related. Who is Quinny? Right winger, quick, but plays on the right, which is like an old school thing. We don't really see that very often.
Yeah.
Who is I'm trying to think who we can compare to. Who was managed by Skirl? Oh, Leo Goals. Yeah, Leo Goals was at the game when we played, actually. Do you remember Leo Goals? Yeah.
I got on with him great.
He's a wicked guy, yeah.
He's like the most naturally happy person I've met in a long time.
Mate, yeah.
Permanent happy energy just comes out of him, big smile. He's like a kid, he's
top kid, isn't he?
Yeah. Like in a good way, I mean, like a kid, like energy-wise.
Yeah, he's just a top kid. Yeah, top guy. He was Jacob Murphy. We're on the right track. Kulusevski's left foot is Jack. But close. I'm thinking more Brennan Johnson. What about Timo Werner?
I don't think I'm that good at finishing. Maybe I am just as good.
Is he not good at finishing? Come on, now you're doing him a favor. He's paying you to say that. That is class. Oh, I didn't realize the Paraguayan boys actually play today.
Ooh.
Like Olympics.
Nice.
So it's all going on.
I was going to say, I like to think I've got a good engine for a smoker. I think I've got a good wee burst on me for a chimney. But
for a chimney.
They didn't let me bring my cigarettes and light it into the dugout, so Anfield's not that type of establishment.
No, unfortunately not. Yeah, you know what? I'm done. I think I'm done, Quinny.
And You'll Never Walk Alone family, this is Streamlabs Talk Studio thing. It's kind of Streamlabs OBS, but it's online. I use StreamYard. I think you said that in a question, another one for like the Celtic stuff. That's okay, but I think this one feels a wee bit shinier, a wee bit nicer than StreamYard that we're on. Streamlabs.
Streamlabs, and you've got Streamlabs owns this thing that you're doing here. No. What's it called?
OBS.
OBS, yeah, they kind of own. Yeah.
So we're on the web app. If I do this on the desktop download thing, it's hard having Harry in as a collab cam. That was a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. We crashed a few times, and you don't have the ability to do the comments on screen thing. So this is like I'm on a Google Chrome tab. Set this up, get Harry in, yada yada. Friday night curse. Alex Coombs is warning of.
Yeah,
Spain team is out.
Oh,
there's Turientes in it. So that might be the only thing that I'm interested in. Let's go and see Spain. Olympic team. I don't think Turientes will play, but he might play a 220 for me if he was in the lineup, which I doubt. I might find it on Twitter. Maybe I'll go to Flash Scores right quickly.
Yeah, I think Lennon Miller's going to have a good season, to be fair.
Mate, I do too. Like, the good thing about somebody like Lennon Miller, especially for under 23, is that all they need to do is get their decisive, because he'll probably clip 10 to 15 to 18 AA in most matches anyway. And it's just about if he gets the assist or the goal. He doesn't need to score more than like 5 times. If he gets like 8 assists, 13 decisives from midfield, that's pretty good, man, depending on what level of competition you're playing in and how often. You don't need to pick the guy all season. You can try and wait for the good games to come.
Mm-hmm.
No, the teams are all as predicted. Can I share this tab? I can. It will look a wee bit different because it's narrow. But this is the Spain team, pretty much as predicted. I don't think there's any changes to that at all. And the Japan team, I don't think Yamada was in the team we've seen earlier.
Or is this in this game week or next game week? Like the one coming up?
This game week right now.
Oh, okay.
This kicks off in an hour from now after the deadline.
Got you.
So these guys will be rocking out. And we're 1 minute to the deadline, guys. Aymar, isn't it? He's down as Oroz. That is Aymar Oroz. That's him there.
Yeah, that is him.
Aymar Oroz.
Aymar Oroz.
I'll have a wee peek at him for a second. He's played a couple of games.
It will be a double game week for whoever wins. Got you. Yeah.
2 seconds. I think I hear something in my door. 2 seconds. But he's been playing for Osasuna, 31, 33 games. Decisives aren't really there, but Osasuna are not a heavily decisive outfit, Mm-hmm. Got to the cup final, maybe won a cup in the last season or 2. Just give me a second, Tally.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we're locked and loaded, lads. What's that? 10 o'clock? Well, yeah, 3 o'clock. We are in. How are we all feeling? How are we all feeling? We are in. Next midweek now. Oh, contenders open for next midweek. Who's playing next midweek then? I mean, I guess we could actually look. I don't know why I'm...
Yeah, let's have a wee peek.
It goes back to the old... Is there a way we can find out? Normally you can have a... I don't know. I thought you could see, but it doesn't feel like...
Yeah, the new UI had...
Go on.
The new UI had the list of games when we looked at it just now for the game week preview we've just done.
Yeah, I'll go to Sorare data if we need. We can have a little look at what we got going on. Sorry, next midweek, which is what's that? 99, yeah, 4.99.
Yeah.
Ooh, Salzburg 20. So a couple of the, heavier scored games. Yeah, in Europe now is coming through. Sorry, Midtjylland, Fenerbahce, Lille, New England, Nashville. That's a fun little random one. So we got, that's why J League's prevalent this midweek for contender. Oh,
I've got no midfield this week. I've got 2 keepers and no midfield. Yeah. I remember looking at this on Lineup Builder.
There's got to be more coverage than this coming out, though, I reckon. Like, there's way more games than this, I think, on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for European teams. Surely to God.
If there was a wee bit more coverage to be announced, maybe, or decided. Fair enough. They better cover Cercle Bruges, yeah. Leagues Cup as well. Yeah, good show.
And Olympics as well. Yeah. Yeah, this will fill up for sure. This will definitely fill up.
Red Devil, feel your pain, my man. We feel your pain.
Gutter, yeah, that was me midweek. I literally looked at my phone and saw it was 1 minute to the deadline. I was like, I'm finished here. I tried to put one training lineup in. I had 18 seconds left, and it didn't happen. So, it's the following week. Got you. It's more of the next. So 501. 501. What are you going to do for 500, Quinny? What do you think?
Not sure. Oh, I was going to ask you this, but you were building lineups. Nico said that he got to see what the card reveals are going to look like, and we're not ready for it. How good could it be that we're not ready for it? Like,
I mean,
what happens? It's got to be better than a FIFA. It's got to be better than a FIFA opening, doesn't it? If that's what.
If they're using like the crafting, that's kind of where they're going down, like that type of graphic, and like it spins and all fun things happen. And yeah, it's got to be along the lines of that, hasn't it? Not so much the essence, like the factory situation where I don't know. Actually, maybe but we know the card. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know what, how it. Maybe could they do it like a walkout situation where like the card walks out from the pack, literally? Because those players do normally, like Premier League, when they do the whole this thing.
Oh yeah,
like they have that video footage and
graphics.
Yeah, the green screen graphics. So I don't know whether they could do that for every league. I think that's a stretch, right? But
for some premium players, if they have that kind of thing on the go that Northern Sports Cards has commented, that will be like, yeah, we're not ready for this. Like,
yeah,
Mbappe. Oh, nice.
Oui. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be real funny. They got to do something big for 500. I know 502 is bigger in that, like all the leagues come back, but Sorare did the big sort of 200 game week, wasn't it? Remember when we had the La Liga special cards? I still have he's the only limited in my gallery that's like never going to leave in this, I was going to say Isco then, but it's not. It's, what's his name? Suso.
I think because a lot of the cards were winning but are early access, it's hard to do that on early access, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, then those early access cards are special. Like there's a couple of specials in there. And like 10% are special. So,
yep.
But yeah, how do you do that is the issue. They've got. I'd be really disappointed if they don't do something like really funky for 500 because it's a weekend now. Like we're back to weekends and even numbers and whatever. Yeah. USA are losing. That falls into this game week though, doesn't it? Yeah. Go on, big JT. Oh, Harry or penalty.
Token versus Hakimi.
Yeah, they're both even Stevens right now.
Yeah.
Double for 3 tackles, 1 for Big Togs. 2 interceptions. Ooh, attempted assist, shot on target. Hakimi's cooking. They've got a fun team, Morocco.
Oh yeah.
This is like the young Barca kid. Went to Villarreal. Another Barca kid. Obviously Genk, El Kanous. This guy's not bad. Amir Richardson. Obviously Hakimi.
Sounds more American than Moroccan.
I know, yeah. There's no way. Yeah, his old man's from Morocco, right? With the second name Richardson.
Yeah.
Maybe, though. Who knows these days with Bell and... Who knows?
Bell. We definitely... Chat need to remind us, we need to look at Bell's scores next week, see how he done if we don't catch it. For sure. SR Rodri went for a wee bit of chunk of money and it wasn't Pranksy.
Ooh. Maybe Pranksy's cooling down his Premier League interest, is he?
Perhaps.
Ooh, Salzburg play today as well, Quinny. Wow. I didn't realise that. Against the newly promoted side.
Very busy Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, Zagreb, USG, France, Egypt, Paraguay, obviously Spain, Japan. And Cologne. Urbig plays tonight for you, Quinny.
Good. Love my goalkeepers done.
It's nice to get the goalkeeper out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as it's a clean sheet.
Last season with Bologna and Getafe, I had so many Monday night games and shit like that. And it's like waiting for the keeper at the end is the worst, man. Literally. They can do good, that could be great, right? But waiting for them last is terrible. Like,
it's the worst thing ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at best, you're getting 65. Like, you can't, unless obviously something miraculous happens, which is very unlikely. It's the worst. You want your goalkeeper out of the way, I think, for first in.
Martel, yeah, I hope so.
And then what we got Saturday?
Should be a good bunch, man.
Ooh, Hearts Rangers early.
For you.
For me, yeah. Midtjylland, Mechelen, Zenit. Leuven, Genk. Yeah. Saturdays are going to heat up, aren't they, now, over the next couple of weeks? And then, obviously, game week 502 is when, you just don't stop scrolling, basically.
Harry's in America now, yeah. On the run from the law. He had to escape Europe for his football hooliganism. Had to go and adopt a new identity, and, he's on the run. Undisclosed location.
Yeah, we can't disclose.
But guys, I've had an absolute good one. We've absolutely smashed the likes as well, by the way, so thanks to everyone that did like on arrival and all the rest of it. Before you go, make sure you hit the like button. If you've watched this after we've been live, you'd be absolutely crazy if you're at this point in the stream to have not hit the like button by now, so please do if you haven't already. Good luck to everyone this game week. Harry boy, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck to you, mate.
Pleasure, mate. Yeah, good luck to you as well. All aboard the Urbig train tonight, right?
That's it. One of the early keepers. Let's get those clean sheets in, and it's all about Celtic on Sunday. Good luck to everyone. Probably be back Tuesday for rewards and plenty of other stuff. Stay tuned, hit subscribe, notifications on. Quinny 3001, Harry Trades YT, and we'll see you on the next one. Good luck. Satara.